Sun Certified Java Professional in 1998. Over to you, Rani. Please welcome Rani.
Thank you, Josna. Good morning, all. So I think around 15-20% of the team I know, or higher expecting. Okay. So among the team, I just would like to know that how many of you are students? Can you please? Students, okay, around 30%. And working women? Oh, so happy. 50%. How many are entrepreneurs? Wow. Please raise proudly. Only one. Fantastic. Okay, so the rest, the boys, the men, you're not working? You never raised hand for anything. So, okay, so I was just asked to talk about an inspiring story, and I was asked to talk about my story. So before I get started about talking about my story, I want to talk about the guru who taught me many lessons in my life. And who is that guru, I'll tell you at the end. But the lessons are, there are so many, I've just picked up the most three important. One is, love the challenges come across. Second, you love what you do. The third, love people who come across in your life. So, please remember these three things and I'll connect where it is important. Before I start again my story, just like in a movie, before the titles, some black and white movie comes, right? So like that, I too have some past black and white story. So there was a very happy family, father, mother and 3 children. Father was a self-made man, passed through a lot of hardships, studied in very way back, 5 decades ago, agricultural bachelor's degree, have a very good reputation among the relatives, friends, and even in the village, around surrounding villages. So he was happily working and took a lift of his family, entire family, and the eldest daughter's marriage was due. So the entire family went to the village to celebrate the wedding of the eldest daughter. And everybody is happy, all the marriage celebrations are coming very close. It's just 7 days before the marriage. This is all what man decided, the father decided for the family. He wanted to celebrate so grand, and something else he decided. Just within an hour time, 60 minutes, everything changed. Severe heart attack took the father away. The mother and the 3 children left. Mother, uneducated, don't know how to live the life. And 2 younger children are much younger compared to the elder one. So the marriage stopped. And I was among the least of them. It was my father and my story. So now coming to my story. This is the first challenge what life has thrown. And you understand that obviously 2 children itself is good enough. The third one is an extra always. And moreover, a lot of financial problems. And at that age of 11 years, I didn't know, why am I not going back? I told all my friends and said, I'm going to my sister's marriage, we celebrate, and then I come back and I tell you all the stories of all that. But I never knew that why all this is happening. I'm not going back to my school. I'm not meeting my friends back. From all that city life and to the buildings and school and all that, I've been thrown to a place which is not of my own, which I used to just visit only during summer holidays. So there were only huts around me, there is only mud around me, all those days. So my life started with a very strong feeling there. So what I took out of the challenge, maybe I didn't know that time, but now I'm wise. But at that age, what I took is, why are we not going back is because one reason we didn't have money, but even though we had money, we still had to live in the same village because my mother is uneducated. I've seen the hardships what she has passed through, and I determined that I must start educating myself. Till that time, the highest I scored is 9 out of 25 in mathematics. My studies were very bad, so I was very light going. 7th standard I completed. So from 8th standard onwards, I started loving to study. So I started loving what I do. What all that I can do is at that age is only studies. So my determination started then, and then I started very seriously studying, madly studying, crazily studying. That craziness is once in my intermediate that my maternal uncle, who is Mr. Gandhi Babu, he is a true Gandhi in my life. He came to my place, and you know, in villages, you all have an idea of how the villages, yeah. How many of you have seen recently a village with huts? Good, pretty good, but still very less, you know, nowadays. So those villages, we all, you know, they used to, you know, those days they used to sleep outside, putting all the cards in the evening, and everyone went to bed. They all were sleeping. We had a veranda. There was a small 25-watt bulb, and then I was seriously studying. My uncle, whenever he woke up in the night, he used to see me studying. So he was to ask me, "Are you not going to go sleep?" So, "No, Mama, tomorrow exam is there. I'll sleep later." And 2 times, 3 times he started, and I'm continuously studying only. So I used to study so madly like that. So then he felt, there is something in this girl that which I have to really help her out. And I truly appreciate, out of all the hardships what my mother has passed through, she felt that I should not be, of course, you know, boys are always, same story for me too. My brother, my elder brother, she felt that my son should become an engineer, but she thought that, why do you want an engineer? For you, any education itself is great. So she wanted me to go to Polytechnic. I've written Polytechnic those days entrance without any interest. I've just scored around 3,000. I was so fearful that she may put me into Polytechnic. I don't even know what it is. But only I had a fear that I have to leave my mother and go, which I didn't want to. So, but this uncle of mine, he turned the life for me. He took me to Hyderabad and joined me in computer science. This was in 1989. First time I saw computer. I don't even know what it is. But the term itself, I think it excited me so much that I left my mother at village and then I went to Hyderabad. Now you know how the engineering colleges, coming from rural colleges now also, what extent that their knowledge levels, the lecturers and the scope of education, right? So those days, you can imagine, this was in 89, we never had any qualified true faculty for us to train. So my first program was adding 2 numbers. So my sir asked that, okay, you add 2 numbers and then come up. The whole night I was thinking, how can a computer add 2 numbers? It was supposed to be a calculator, no? How do we tell them to add this? I can't even, you know, press the numbers. I'm not seeing directly the numbers and where the result come. It was all full puzzle for me. Then next day morning, one of my friend, classmate, Padma, she is a Tamilian. Usually I should appreciate, Tamilians are intelligent. How many Tamilians here? Very good. They are smart. So normally South Indians are intelligent. Okay, I'm generalizing it. Otherwise, the majority people hate me now. Okay, so so she copied. I copied, and then she got the program. I said, simply give me that program. A plus B. That result of that, it excited me so much. Wow, computer can do addition of 2 numbers. So that's when a small interest has started. Even though, here another story behind this. I studied till my intermediate all in Telugu medium. So when my mama brought me to Hyderabad, everything is a culture shock, you say, right? So I was not understanding what these people are talking about. So I found one of my friend, in the sense that co-classmate, who can speak Telugu. So I went, sat next to her and I started talking to her. And my English lecturer, first English lecturer, she said something about alphabets. And I was asking, what do you mean by alphabets? Are alphabets, yaar, ABCD? Ayya, aksharas, okay. So that was my level of English then. So I had classmates all from different states, now even from north and south, and first of all, I don't even know English. When should I learn Tamil and Malayalam and all that? So the language was a problem. So I was only talking to people who understand Telugu, who can communicate with me. In first year, no one hardly knows that what I am. So suddenly, in 2-1, I scored as miraculously 75%, I think. Right? Everybody started, okay, you're in the top 3 of the class. So who is this Rani? Then people started recognizing who is this Rani. So then the things changed over a period of time, and in 3rd year, that my passion for technology, it just started. I started loving the technology so much. As my second lesson, what my guru taught, you just love what you do, right? I have no other option. I just have to love it. And I started loving it. When I started loving it, it has increased so much that I went on learning every technology in past 2 decades. If I start counting, it would be 15, 20, 25, 30, you name it, right from basic till the latest Android, including ERPs, even AutoCAD, everything is self-learned. So that's how the technology interest has brought up in me. So now after that, what? After graduation. First of all, I don't even know how to speak English, and how do I get a job? My mother already spent about 33,000 rupees in those days for my education. Out of all the odds, when relatives said after my intermediate, they said that, why you want a girl to get studied? Get her married first. She took a dare step, putting me in graduation. So I hats off to her. Even, of course, she never wanted, or she never thought that I can become an engineer. So, but yes, this is how it started. So my father, my principal, Father Tainis, has called of the college at the end of the 3rd year, and he said, Rani, I'm offering you a job. Wow. I don't even know how to attend interview. Even if I would have gone for interview, I might have not selected only. So he's offering me a job. You are the first person. I've seen your hard work, and I've seen your sincerity, so I'm offering you a job of a lab instructor. Okay, fine, fantastic. I went on, and then he gave me, after a week, he called me and said that you start training your juniors in Pascal. Training? Me? How do I know? How do I communicate to people, first of all? But that was a very, very important step, what turned the things for me, that I went into the class. First day, you will not believe, I was like, all the time I was only, literally shivering, okay? But I went on. What I learned very strong there is, when I was strong in subject, when I was talking subject, I was not fearful. So when you are confident in something, nothing can shatter you there. So it went on. So I was a trainer in the college for 1.5 years. After that, I went on to a technology company in another institute, which is BCIT. So this experience, what I said is, you just love what you do, is also that sometimes life throws you some stones, like, or whatever, whether you can grab it, you grab it, otherwise you take it like stones only, it's hurting me. So when he said training, I would have said that, okay, now it's none of my business, or it's not my cup of tea, I cannot really handle it, but I just took it and went on. That's when I realized that I'm a good trainer as well. So which has proved over a later period of time, and it helped me. So after this, then my mother was eagerly waiting for me to get married. So I got married at the age of 20. So that was the only option, so all her responsibilities are over. And then she felt that, okay, I got you married. And fantastically, now I would say that with a wonderful person. Then it was not, as usual. In Q&A question, if you have a question, then I'll answer them. So, and by 21, I was a mother of my first daughter. She's in engineering 4th year now. So, during pregnancy, I cannot continue to work. So how do I continue to work now? So that means I have to start something of my own. So at 21, I started my own, even without knowing the word of entrepreneur, whatever you say, I started my own business. That is desktop publishing. Studied computer science and getting into DTP. It's a designing which is into brochures and visiting cards and all. So how I got into there is that while going for a second job, in bus, I met one girl. She was a DTP operator then. So I used to ask her that, what do you do and things like it. And she said, I design all this. Then one day I asked her, can I also learn? She says, no, you need to be artistic for it. Oh, I need to be artistic. Okay, I went back home. She said, I need to be artistic. Am I not artistic? So I took a magazine, I took white sheets and I drew all the caricatures in the magazine. And then at 10 o'clock at night, I knocked her door and said that, Prabha, how come you are here at this time? Now I wanted to show you, is this artistic enough for me to teach? Oh my God, this girl is not going to leave me. So she taught me for about 2 hours of PageMaker, how to do it. That's a kickstart for me. I said that, okay, that is enough. You buy me a system. So I went behind my brother and please get me a system. I want to start my own business. So that's how I learned PageMaker, CorelDRAW, all kinds of designing. And then while doing DTP, my passion for training also somewhere it was. So I just started a summer camp with only 3 people. And it just all increased, 3 people to 10 people to 15 people, and it just went on. So it has forced me to start a training institute, which is with a CDAC. You might have heard of CDAC. CDAC PACE is Authorized Training Center. So I took the CDAC Training Center, I expanded my business, and in 97 or so, I organized one of the Java training seminar by some of my friends. That motivated me very well. You know, it is like, oh, it's such a good, fantastic technology, and they are talking very hi-fi, and all these while I am with C, C++, and all these, you know, MS, those days basic Lotus and all that, equal to MS Office. So I learned Java on my own for about I think 2 months I learned, and then I written some certification and scored 95% on that. That turned my things. And then I started consulting. I started as a Java trainer. Everybody used to, you know, in the institutes, they used to, okay, Java by Rani Paruchuri Sun certification, 95%. So that's how that just went on. And I've trained hundreds and thousands of students in Java. A point of time, people used to call me Mobile Java. It's because I used to wake up in the morning 6:30. My first class starts at 7 o'clock. All around in Hyderabad, if any of you know Hyderabad, from ECL Crossroads to Tarnaka to Domalguda to Amirpet to SR Nagar to again back to ECL Crossroad. So I used to roam around from morning continuously 5 to 6 sessions, and this is how I did. I trained hundreds, and then a sudden .com burst has come. 100 students session has come down to 10 students, 8 students. Okay, so now what's next? So that's when I've just felt that technology is, whatever is a technology, that if you are really confident of it, the language is never a barrier, whether you take Java or you take C, C++ or whatever it is. So I learned PeopleSoft again, just to find, because ERPs are good, at least, you know, some kind of. That ERP learning helped me to get a job in Bangalore in Intel. So in 2003, I joined with Intel. So I worked there for 3 years for a change. That is one of the best company. Of course, I worked for very small a very short period, but that is one of the best company I worked for, Intel. I really love it. What I learned is how a company is really, after 35 years or 40 years, how it is doing. You know, how fantastically it's managing, how the employee engagement is happening and all that. So before that, before joining with Intel in Hyderabad, I took up a small job. I learned how not to develop a product. Why product companies fail. I learned it very strongly. I cannot name the companies and not good. So it just went on after my Intel journey. I started Tekis Software in 2006. So why you left Intel and why you had to start Tekis? You were very happily living and very senior positions and you're earning good, and why did you start? That's a question to be answered by yourself. I want to understand why I left Intel, if you can connect. So that's when I started Tekis, and first year it was all is a great entrepreneurial skills and wow, fantastic. I'm just going to rock and make a best product out of it. Those days, if you see that we are more into service oriented, we are not into a product based. But my passion was always like, I want to build a product that time my inspiration was like Sabir Bhatia, like a Hotmail. I have to make a product which is nationally and internationally recognized. So my passion to develop that product, we started with the HR product. But where we failed is miserably failed in marketing it. So what happens is, like, when you start your own company, only with the technology, there are so many other areas. In future, any of you are becoming an entrepreneurs now, you can take some of the lessons from my experience. So I started learning how to market. First product we could not succeed. Then we were in a dilemma again, upside down. What to do? What's next? Then when we went to some event and somebody asked, like, can you develop insurance products? Till that time, I learned so many technologies on my own. First time, I learned insurance domain on my own. So I don't even know about insurance other than having a couple of policies and barely paying premium, like, this agent uncle is bothering me, let me pay. That's all. So, but we went on to insurance product, developed our first insurance, which is into life insurance product. Now how to market it. So this time, didn't want to take a chance, didn't want to, miss in marketing. So luckily, we got associated with one of the organization who have establishment in. So they said that, okay, I'm going to Nepal. Would you like to join with me? Can you demonstrate? I took 3 months to build the prototype, went to Nepal, and then I demonstrated the product. The first compliment the expert who has shared the knowledge has given me, Rani, you're speaking insurance as if you're 15 years experienced in it. So I never thought that the 200 pages of document what I've given you in insurance can make such a kind of wonderful product. So that's how I got into insurance product and went on. Again in 2008, there was a recession. So all the tough times, all the hardships, the experience what you get in tough times, you can never get when you are successful. How many of you agree with that? Fantastic. You're all wise already. Yes. So people always want success. But the experience or the exposure what you get with it is amazing. You will never know that you had that potential to fight against the situation and come out. Only your failure will tell you what's in you. The success always tells you what's in your head. It takes out, right? So, and that recession, what we did, every recession, every downturn, we have to convert into positive. So we went on to building the general insurance product. Again, we went on to building into the reinsurance product. So that's how today, in Dream Tekis, we have established in 10 countries, and for every product we have a client. How I was able to develop this product, I just want to connect few points. One is the user interface. What helped me? The one I did in DTP. In desktop publishing, whatever the user interface or the designing that I worked, that helped me in designing this here in the product. And all my learning of Java helped me in the coding here. All my passion of not giving up. In Intel, everybody used to do the job and then just go. I used to dig down into details of, I have written hundreds and thousands of queries in database. All that knowledge helped me in developing and bringing up my own product. So today I'm very proudly saying that I have built a world-class insurance products, being not an engineer, being not an insurance expert, right? So this is where we are today. And another point I want to connect, where we are heading to. It's like I said that when my father passed away, we were in complete dark. What helped us is our insurance, what my father has written a beautiful love letter to all of us. We received 4.5 lakhs in those days, in '84, which helped my mother to get my sister married, and at least she could help me getting educated. So how can I just ignore insurance, right? Now, there are many families in India, there are many crores of people who don't even know how to utilize or how to claim or take care of the insurance. So coming up with a new concept, that is my next plan, with how do you make sure that anyone all the insurance related policies at one single stretched platform. That's called my Insure book. So that's my next project, and we had been successful with our products. Now we want to get into B2C and share. This itself is, I'm the direct beneficiary of insurance. So now everyone should understand the benefits of. Hope you have got all the 3 points, or what the challenges have been taken, what you love what you do, and you love people. People who come across to you. Usually, whenever I talk like this, the first thing they say that you had been lucky, right? To have, you've got educated, you've got such a wonderful family, you had been lucky. But I don't agree that I'm not lucky. I made situations, but I'm only lucky because the people around me I'm blessed with. So how I feel that I'm blessed with the people, it's only because I love them. If you start hating them, obviously you get hate. If you give love, you get love. So this is what is the fundamental lessons, what my guru taught me. Can you guess who is that guru?
Life.
Sorry? Maternal uncle?
Life.
Or? Sorry? Okay. Okay, because he helped me. Okay. Any other guess?
Life.
Life. Fantastic. Give him a big round of applause. Right? So, who is the best teacher other than life itself? Life taught me all this. Life taught me to take challenges. Life taught me to never give up. Life taught me to be aggressive. Life taught me to, you just have to achieve something and show or see happiness in my mother's eyes. All that was, my target was only that. But unfortunately, she's no more to see anymore. When I was 26, she passed away. She has done her life to the fullest. So, and I give this respect to life because when you love your life, you take all these lessons from life 100%. At the same time, I want to take this opportunity to thank who demonstrated, or if at all I cannot take in any situation, if life cannot give me, or I'm not ready to accept what life is giving me, there are people who is demonstrating this 3 qualities all the time next to me. My mother, who actually lived, what all that she did is just simply she distributed the love. She just spread the love, that's all. All that she knew is only loving the people. So I keep wondering, can an individual be like that? I think I'm sure most of you, your mothers, you connect the same. If you have to learn about love, we just have to observe our moms, that's all. And second, how to face challenges is my brother, who has been really a great pillar, standing next to me, and he's ready to take any risk. And my brother is also a partner in our company today. So myself and my brother. And how to do the job what you love. So sincerely I see my husband. 23 years back, I think he decided that he should support me. He continued to do that without any distractions, unconditionally. So hats off to that man. So thank you. I leave the floor open for questions.